Well, hello friends, pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, director of Priests for Life. Welcome to my daily diary segment for November 4th, November 5th, and November 6th of 2023. What did I do on those days? Saturday, November 4th. Up early here at my office, early breakfast, went into town, got a 7 o'clock haircut, and then got gas in the car. Came back to my office, got on the phone, got on Zoom at 7:30 for a meeting with one of my staff members who coordinates our trips. He was doing an early Saturday work session, and we coordinated plans for upcoming invitations. Got in my car at 8 o'clock to go over to Orlando. And meanwhile, on the way there, reconnected with this staff person so that he could give me some flight information and other info about upcoming trips. The reason I was going to Orlando was for a leadership meeting regarding pro-life, so I took part in that throughout the day, and that lasted until about 3 o'clock. Met a lot of folks that I knew and have interacted with, of course, in the pro-life movement. 3 o'clock, I went over right across the street to one of my favorite restaurants, seafood restaurant there in Orlando, had a little something to eat. And then got back in the car and drove over to Merritt Island. Now, on my way there, I had a very good conversation with a congressman who has been just heroic in advancing the pro-life cause. We were talking about pro-life politics and pro-life strategy. Great conversation in the car until I got to my destination. Every year, I help out some of our team in doing Christmas decorations. Is something that I love to do, and others like me to help with. So that's what I did over there on Merritt Island, some Christmas decorating and dinner. And then after that, came back to my office in the evening and closed out the day. Some of the things I had to do via email had to do with those two of those meetings, travel coordination things, and also the congressman and business we had to do. On Sunday, the 5th of November, I was here in the office working in emails in regard to things regarding President Trump's campaign, the national prayer service that we're planning for January, the broadcast team and some instructions for them, training of staff that other people on our team, like our technology department, have to do. So I was coordinating with them what that training needed to consist of, and also planning for a meeting of our Silent No More campaign as we plan, especially for January's events. At 10 o'clock, I was here in the studio going live on the air with our scripture reflection. I did that. And then, let's see, after I did that, I had a lot of desk work to do in preparation for the work of the upcoming week in terms of broadcasts, in terms of plans for the rest of the year, in terms of ongoing projects for the rest of the staff. I did a noontime lunch just up the street at a restaurant I like to go to, which is right on the water, and listen to some political podcasts that give me information for my broadcasts, and then came back again to the office to finish off desk work throughout the afternoon. And in the evening, some more Christmas decorating together with some members of my team. That's always fun. Monday the 6th, I was here at the office and started out the day with a lot of desk work in the morning after our morning staff briefing at 8:30. And what I had to do included plans for the evening's live broadcast, an upcoming visit to Newsmax that I'm arranging, plans for next year for the National Pro-Life Religious Council board meetings, that I am president of that group, Ohio, communication into Ohio for the vote there on abortion and approving some emails going out, plans for the prayer service in January, plans for a FOIA request that we're going to make, Freedom of Information Act. We want to get some information about the Biden administration's persecution of pro-life people. Communication with Turning Point USA, with another group that does our prospecting mailings, planning for that. Working with one of our canonical advisors about a letter that he is drafting, very important here to clarify that shunning is not part of our Catholic tradition. And so, just because some people in the hierarchy don't like me and my work, that's not supposed to be like, oh, nobody's allowed to associate with Father Frank. And so we're kind of clarifying that basic point, because although the battles over these recent decades have been canonical battles, now they're more psychological and just battles over, honesty. And we dealt with preparing a letter that we're going to send out in regard to that. And appeals, approving emails going out for people to support our work, and also approving a press release to go out in regard to these elections. This was work of the morning. Let's see, I had to do a 1:30 p.m. phone call with one of our administrators, and we got some plans in place for the coming weeks. More work at my desk. 3 p.m. had a meeting with our vice chairman as well as our general counsel, and I mentioned earlier about the FOIA request, where we're making plans to launch one of those pretty immediately. So we had a good productive meeting about that and about other general counsel matters. Legal issues are in good shape here at Priests for Life. Then at 4 p.m. I had a phone call with our management team of the Silent No More campaign. Silent No More Awareness Campaign is not an organization in and of itself. It's a joint project of two organizations, Priests for Life and Anglicans for Life. And so I was on with Janet Morana, our executive director, Georgette Forney, head of Anglicans for Life. The two of them co-founded the campaign, Georgette's assistant, and myself. We had that meeting. Then I had a separate call with our executive director. And then at 4:45, here in the studio, we had a studio meeting with the team in regard to procedures for broadcasting and videotaping and all of that, constantly working to improve all that. That was at 4:45. Staff leaves at 5:30. I got some end-of-day reports from them, but then I also, before I had a quick dinner, I did some decorating in my own office and putting up some Christmas things there. We know Advent doesn't begin until the end of the month, and that's the period of preparation. This is not in any way to sidestep that. But the Christmas decorations, sometimes it's practicality, we just have so many people traveling and whatnot. We get things in place early so that when the time comes, we are ready. Had some quick dinner here, did some preparation for broadcasts, and then in the evening on Monday the 6th, I had 2 live broadcasts back to back. So at 8 p.m. I was here. We went live on Praying for America. We did about a 45-minute show, a lot of important things to talk about. Then switched the system over to a second broadcast that I did at 9 p.m. sharp about elections. Being that it was the eve of Election Day 2023, I had on with me 2 priests that are pastoral associates of Priests for Life, Father Terry Gensimer and Father David Begany, and then also a third person on the program, another pastoral associate, Brian Kemper, who lives out in Ohio and was giving us an update about that particular vote there. So we had a great 9 p.m., another 45 minutes or so on the air live on all our different platforms. That brought us till about 10 o'clock, and then I got ready for bed to finish off Monday, November 6th. That's what I did during those 3 days. Thanks for following these updates. I hope your work is inspired and encouraged, and we will talk to you soon.